Hello, my little lions. My name is Raida, and I heard of a trend happening in Asia called the 4B movement. Now, 4B was born from the desperation of Asian females that no longer wish to be slapped, hit, punched, pinched, beat, kicked, stomped, sodomized, or forced into relations, used and abused for the rest of their lives by a being with a penis. Let's listen to this quick clip about the 4B movement.
The 4B movement is a movement in South Korea right now where the misogyny and sexism is so bad that South Korean women have decided to opt out of dealing with men entirely. That is not a joke. That is not an exaggeration. They are not dating men. They are not marrying men. They are not having children with men. They're not even sleeping with men anymore. And it's called the 4B movement because the Korean words for those four things all start with the letter B. It's kind of when it started cooking, right? Now, the movement officially got its name in 2019, and it's just been going ever since. It's so successful, in fact, that now South Korea has one of the lowest birth rates in the world. The number of deaths in South Korea outnumber the number of births in South Korea. And it's hilarious because all the men and the government are like, oh my God, what do we do? They don't want to like talk to us. They don't want to date us. They don't, what do we do? Like everything's in shambles. We don't know what to do. When South Korean women have been very clear from day one, they're like, hey, either you get your act together or we are literally eliminating all of this. Like, we are shutting it down. So that's the 4B movement and why I'm so obsessed with it and why I think we should have the 4B movement everywhere.
Now, I have heard several people discuss the 4B, and not one mentioned where the idea really started. The secret that the Asians will never ever ever utter out loud for fear that sisters will hear them is that the root of this movement was modeled on the ancient Korean matriarchs, sisters exactly like you and me, that created safe havens for mamas and their babies. These safe havens allowed sisters to live, strive, and thrive in the quiet solitude of Mother Nature on Mother's Earth without fear. Without fear of being hit, slapped, pinched, punched, attacked, beaten, kicked, stomped, or killed by some dude. The truth of this revelation is in plain sight and carved into the rocks. Let's see what the rocks have to say about this hidden truth, and you can decide if this is fact or fiction.
crazy that I am just now finding out what the 4B movement is? Because me and the other women in my life, we've been on that. We've been on the 4B movement. We've been on the 4C movement. What is you talking about? So I think that the 4B movement, if it's not already evident, it's going to make its way to the United States. I am going to do a YouTube video about it, and I'm also going to do a live stream on Twitch, but I'm just going to put it on YouTube. Follow me at It's Diamond Days, because it's very interesting. The men are already begging. Women are waking up in the droves, in the hundreds. I see more liberating content for women. The collective consciousness is at its all-time high, and it's only going to keep growing. Like, that 4B movement is making its way pretty soon. And ladies, we got to strategize, okay? I'm making a Twitch to strategize, because men begging now, but they're going to try to do more drastic things as they get tired. As